The problem I run into a lot in the bicycle industry as a retailer is trying to help someone buy a new bicycle that they're looking at, but they currently have an older model that they're trying to offload. There are a ton of websites out there like Bicycle Blue Book or the Pros Closet out there that offer kind of tools to bridge that gap from that consumer from buying a bicycle to a retailer and helping offload this, kind of like a marketplace. But by the time a consumer goes online, makes an account, sends a picture of exactly what they want from left to right to side, they agree on a deal, the bicycle gets to where they're going to, maybe there's issues within the description or a picture didn't show a crack, and the number that they agreed upon isn't always a number. The deal goes dead in the water, and it takes time where the customer basically says, hey, I don't want to do it, or maybe they just get burnt out by the whole experience. Now, a big name like Trek has come along and made this much more easier for this to happen. Trek has introduced this program called the Red Barn Refresh, which is basically, it starts off internally with Trek bicycle retailers and also some independent Trek bicycle dealers as well. But basically, you as a consumer who has bought a Trek bicycle product over the past 10 years can go into the store, and maybe you have an older generation Madone or an older Imonda, and you can go into there and say, hey, I'm looking to get the new current bicycle model. This is my bike. What can you offer to me? What Trek is going to do is this. So the first off is their mission or agenda with this, which is always kind of like, they're doing so much good for the planet, yada, yada, yada. But obviously it's a way to go ahead and push new product and recycle old product while making money onto it. There has never really been a certified pre-owned category in terms of a big name manufacturer or a retail store. And I think Trek is really onto something here by doing this with like a physical shop. Like I said, you have the Pros Closet, which is more online based. And there's always this kind of like this issue of, is the bicycle worth what it said? Were the pictures right? Was the description right? Now you actually can go into a retailer, they can give you a price pretty much right then and there, and you can get information from it. But this is their message. They said, despite the marketplace awash with new inventory, Trek Bicycles encouraging cyclists to buy used in the name of sustainability through its new Red Barn Refresh program. Now again, like I mentioned before, they're going to sit there and say that this is going to be because of the fact that it's sustainable, this is better for the environment, but that's never the case. People are not going out to look to buy new products, used products, and basically saying, oh, I'm so happy I'm buying this used bicycle because it's better for the environment. I'll be honest with you. If that used bicycle was a new bicycle for the same price as a used bicycle, they would buy the new bike at the used price. Let's just be honest here. Now, here's some statistics behind it for going ahead about it before I go into how good this is for the industry, because hopefully I see other people adopt this. I would love to see Specialized adopt this for me to use this as a tool in my retailer. But basically it said 61% of Americans shop for used retail products. I myself, anytime I want anything like a computer mouse, a computer monitor, a bicycle part, I will probably check eBay or Facebook Marketplace first. And with that number rising to 62% among millennials and Gen Z shoppers. So there's basically saying more and more people are looking, especially with the way the economy is, prices for everything going like a super high, inflation super high. We're always checking out used prices just because to see what the market offers. Then this is this whole kind of thing. Used products are better for the planet, yada, yada, yada. They reduce the consumption for new materials, be expending life. Still useful products eliminate the need for additional resources required. Yes, this is all true, obviously, but this is also just a way for this company, Trek, to go ahead and push more new products for retailers and shop used products down that. So basically they're controlling the new stuff coming out and also used stuff coming out as well. And like I said before, so when you buy, you can feel great about the product that you just purchased because it's not just good for your pocketbook, but it's good for the planet. Again, people will buy new stuff. It was the same price for used stuff. Okay? Now, this program is really good. Let me tell you guys why. It's basically like a certified pre-owned for like a BMW, Mercedes, or whatever it is. So let's go into it. All US-based Trek bicycle stores are participating, and consumers now can trade their Trek bikes in exchange for in-store credit towards a new bike. So like I said, you have the older generation Madone. You want to get a brand new Madone, but you don't want to go ahead and put on eBay, deal with Facebook Marketplace, get an offer that you don't like. You can go right into your Trek retailer, which they're probably going to give you a little bit more money because you're dealing with them directly. And also, you don't have to worry about this kind of in-between time or this iffy-niffy stuff. You go on there, you get it done right away. Eventually, bikes also be sourced from partnerships, independent Trek retailers. Supply will also come from Trek employees, demo programs, sponsored cyclists, and race teams. So you might still be able to get from their website from doing this, like a pro-owned bike or a bicycle that was on a demo program that was barely touched. Specialized did used to do something like this back in the day, like their blend program, but we have not seen it in a long time. The e-commerce site where consumers will be able to purchase certified Treks from will launch later this year. So they will have a full-on website, like I said, where they're going to take all these bicycles they take in at these Trek retailers and put them online as well for like this massive e-commerce where you can go to. Now I'm sure storefronts, especially independent storefronts like Trek or something like that, they might have like an independent used section where you go in there and say, hey, I'm looking for this bicycle, but it might be out of my price range. Well, now the salesperson or wherever the bicycle shop owner can be like, hey, we have this over here, but we also have this really good deal of a used bicycle that might be up their interest. So what would happen if you took your new bike into their store to get it? So they'll basically take your used bike and hit it with a Trek limited lifetime guarantee and a 30-day unconditional guarantee. Basically make sure whatever you're buying is used, like a certified pre-owned. Now you get a little bit of a lifetime warranty on there, a limited lifetime warranty, and also a 30-day guarantee. Anything happens with that 30 days, they'll replace it. They also undergo a 151-point inspection, which is crazy, with repairs and components replacements completed if needed. So they'll basically be taking a bunch of their Trek parts, bond trigger parts, going ahead and slapping on these bikes that need it, cassettes, chains, stuff like that, tires, grips, all that stuff to basically be, they'll put money into it, raise the price a little bit, and you'll be able to take back. Bikes up to 10 years old will be valued at $150 or more, as determined by Bicycle Blue Book will be accepted. They will also have an e-bike program for this as well, which is huge because we all know e-bikes are very expensive, and e-bikes are, I hate to say this, becoming more and more of a credential part of the cycling industry, whether it be a e-assist road bike, e-assist mountain bike, e-assist hybrid. I'm seeing more and more need or more want from consumers who want this. So now e-models less than 2 years old will be accepted in, which is great because you don't want some clapped out battery or some clapped out motor. So that way you can kind of get a better deal on this as well. And Treks do have really good, decently good e-bikes with Bosch motors and stuff like that. Now maybe you're wondering, well, hey, I want to get on this program. Maybe you want to buy a Trek bicycle, or maybe you just want to take in your old bicycle that's not a Trek and see what you can get for it as well to get a Trek bicycle, because these are all going towards an upgrade for the system. But basically, Trek has offered this trade-in program in the past, but Red Barn Refresh is an extension of that by accepting older and less expensive models. Non-Trek bikes are accepted through its Bicycle Blue Book partnership. So again, it's going to be using this tool like I mentioned before, Bicycle Blue Book, but you're still be taking that bicycle into a retailer. They're going to see it, they're going to value it right then and there for you, give you a number, and everything will be handled like that. You literally don't have to wait for a check in the mail. It'll be a credit towards your account where you can literally walk in with that bicycle and walk out same day with a different bicycle. So all in all, a better overall experience for the consumer. And this is a really, really competitive tool for a Trek to dominate this. Really taking over the used bike section because we know there's a market for used bikes. We've seen a ton of time. I mean, literally, the Pros Closet is an established business that only sells used goods. So now Trek is hitting it on both fronts. You're not only getting to sell brand new retail product, but you're also trading older products and making their own e-commerce website similar to like that, to a point where they can sell and compete with these names like this. So now they are reckoned to be with a force to be reckoned with. Dyslexia at its finest. But yes, I see used bikes of people who always bring their stuff in all the time that I can nowhere near touch the price of that stuff. So we'll see what happens. We'll also see if this will entice other big brand names to go ahead and do the same. Because I don't know if you guys have ever been a part of this, but I've sold a bicycle on eBay. It sucks. I've sold a bicycle on Facebook Marketplace. It sucks. Sometimes people say trade-in values like the Pros Closet or Bicycle Blue Book are paying the ass, and it's not what you get for it. But then I believe the Bicycle Blue Book had this tool they had back in the day, like your time calculator. How much time would you put into it? By the end of the day, you want top dollar for your sell or your trade-in or whatever it is. But you have to figure it this. You have to take pictures. You have to make a listing. You have to deal with people asking you questions. You have to maybe have people come out and test ride it. There's a lot of time going into that you're not getting back. So how much of your time value to you? Then once you do actually sell it, then you have to take it to a bicycle shop. You have to pay them to box it up. You have to pay for shipping. There's a lot of variables there that go into it. So yeah, you might like this figure of $5,000 in your head that you're like, wow, it's a really good deal. This is what I would be okay with. But a trade-in value gives you $4,000. It might not be $1,000 worth of work, obviously there, but when it goes into getting it done right away, no questions asked, no hassle, everything kind of going down the line and being easier for consumer, I've seen time and time again of people going ahead and taking the route of private selling. A month goes by, they come back in and take the deal anyways of the trade-in value because it's not worth the hassle. Trust me, I sell bicycles for a living. I sell used bicycles. I sell new bicycles. It's not as easy as what people think. People always want a deal. People always want the best value for everything. So it sucks. But anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this video. Thank you guys again so much for watching. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. Would you guys use this as a tool to get yourself a new trek bicycle?